What's going on, everybody? Thanks for stopping into another live. I generally don't do back-to-back lives, especially, only, we'll say, what, 10 hours since the last one, 8 hours since the last one. But I am feeling excited. I am very hyped to share some of what I picked up from Albany ComicCon. Saw a lot of friends there. Some friends didn't see me because I was wearing mask. I was masked up and I had a bandana up over everything. Just to keep the debris out, keep my beard looking halfway tame. So it was a good show. I have not been to a proper Comic-Con since the pandemic hit. The last one I went to was right before, and that happened. It was Albany Comic-Con as well, so this is kind of like a going home for me, in that sense. Ma'am, Rosie. Hi, honey. Stay on the laundry pile. Dogs. So waiting for some people to pop in, then we'll go ahead and get started going over what I picked up. But it was a rainy day this morning when I woke up, so I'm glad that there was something to do. It was a $10 admission charge, I think. It was very similar to the toy show. Actually, there seemed to be a lot of toys this year in comparison. I don't know if that's maybe just because there was always the second room and the upstairs when they did the Comic-Con, but it was pretty different this time. It was in a new location. The hotel that it was normally hosted in, it's closed up. So everything was different for me. I can see this comment, Bjorn. I can see it, yeah. They did not have that figure you were hunting for. I did check damn near every table and bin, just going through while I was looking for other stuff and didn't have any luck. But there was all kinds of crazy stuff there. So was a good haul. All right, so it looks like we got some people in house. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming in. I'm going to get started on going over what I picked up. The first, I'm just going to reach into the bag and pull things out. This was on a perfect card back, and there were some guys standing there and, commenting on how perfect of a card back is, and so I did the only logical thing I could do is I folded it in half and stuck it in my bag, and it really upset them. So that was actually nice. That was made me a little bit happy. But it's Chiari Mundi from episode 1. I mainly wanted it for the head sculpt and the lightsaber. I like the episode 1 lightsabers. It's a personal preference. They don't need to have the little flare out at the bottom for me, but I picked up Chiari Mundi, and yeah, it was a nice find for $5. I'm gonna go ahead and pop him open, tear him right out of the package, just in case those guys decide to watch my channel. The comm chip, I don't use those. I had the comm reader though, and it was cool. So we've got Chiari there with his purple lightsaber. That probably was blue at one point. Maybe it was supposed to be purple. I don't know. Let it breathe. Yeah, Rick gets it. Welcome to the channel, Rick. And there we have it. Chiari Mundi off to go have sex with all of his 60 wives and procreate against the Jedi Order's wishes. He just didn't care. I don't know if that's still canon or not. Next, I hit up a table, and they had toys on the table. It was a comic store, and they said everything was 50% off on the toy table. They had Gamora. They gave her to me for $2 because she was listed as 5. The lady didn't want to deal with change, which is great for me. Marvel Legends, Marvel Universe figure. So I scooped her up and bust her out of the package. And she's a taller figure, female figure, but between the sword and the blaster and having a lady with green hair, that'll be great for customs. Let's see here. Give me a knife. Could you keep your dog nose out of there? None of that's for you. The dogs are very curious as to what I brought back. Yeah, he was allowed to do that. I just think it's kind of fishy that, you know, he gets to go and bone instead of fighting in a war. I mean, good for him, but also, come on. Come on. Sorry if that's blowing out your eardrums, everybody. But let's do a quick size comparison. So, not terrible articulation. Yeah, about on par with Ki-Adi-Mundi. Great sculpt, great armor. You can see great butt on the figure. We love a butt on the figure, but that body will probably go to somebody different, and I'll probably get Gamora on a different head. So take those, set her aside with Ki-Adi-Mundi, and that was a great $2 pickup. You know, why wouldn't I? Let's see, here we go. Picked up this little freak from Force Awakens for $3. Again, he's going to be a great background character. He's going to be painted up. He's from The Force Awakens. I don't know what his accessory is. I'll probably turn that into a random computer. And for anybody who's offended that I called him a little freak, I don't care. He's a little weirdo, little alien guy. Looks really funny. Hi, boys. The dogs are just convinced that this is for them. Apparently, it goes to a thing. I'll probably never build the thing. But he is one of those 5 or 6 points of articulation figures from that wave with a little generic Poe blaster. We'll just take that from him. He doesn't need to be armed. We don't need that kind of danger. I like his bandana. That's mainly why I picked it up, and the fact that he's wearing coveralls so that he can be a, you know, worker of some sort, or maybe a, you know, just an extra hand on something. But I like his body type. You know, there's all shapes and sizes there. Got no ass. This man has no butt. No ass at all syndrome. Completely flat. Unfortunately for him, he's just having a tough time. Thank you, Bjorn. I will go ahead, and the shirt is a bootleg production of an X-Men the Animated Series Fox Kids advertisement. Love the shirt. I wore it to the con, you know, especially because it's t-shirt. People like nerdy shirts. Yeah, so here's this thing. Not sure the hell it's supposed to be. I didn't even look at the instructions. There's a pistol grip on it, so maybe it's some type of blaster. I'll put it in my Greeley's bin. I'll use it for something. Maybe pop those off and use those as handlebars or something. So here we go. Here's a couple of figures and baggies. I'll pull those up. I picked up a background for a bit. Thank you. Enjoy working. I'm sorry that you have to work on a Sunday, but is what it is. I think this guy, isn't he a Nemoidian? Little soldier dude. I can't remember if he had a gimmick or not, an action gimmick. He does. From episode 3, the episode 3 line, a separatist soldier. I just tore his arm completely off, thinking that there was a elbow joint there. There is not, so now I'm aware of that. He completely yanked that sucker right off. There we go. Okay, so that's how you make him stand at attention. You have to contort his elbows and twist his wrists, but he came with his helmet, no weapon, for what I get him for, $1? $2. So $2 is not a bad price for this guy, even if I just use the head sculpt. You know, sometimes that's what you pay on eBay for a head sculpt and then shipping and all that. So plus he's got a big bulky body type. I bet I could pop those arms out and maybe repurpose this for some stuff. So there he is, chilling like a villain. Dogs are wrestling. 5 point of articulation Greedo. I picked him up for $3. And he came with both blasters. I mainly wanted him for the head sculpt because you know me. I like to chop heads off of random figures and hands as well. I wish they had given articulated hands to these Nemoidians. I don't know why they didn't, but... And right now I'm just going to real quick take a little video, and I'll put this up on the channel to show you guys what goes on during the show. The distractions that I face is just these guys being super cute. The mom and the son, Mama Rosie and Stark, and then Calman supervising, probably providing commentary in dog language to himself. And he's just going to save his toy. Yep. So I'll put that up on the channel. So yeah, I got this Greedo. He's got the smaller head, which I like the smaller head. It's got a nice sculpt on it. I'll probably chop those hands off and, I don't know, sell the body for science. But a couple of blasters that I don't normally have in my collection. So those will be cool to put in the armory. Stay on target. I am on target. The dogs were being very cute. All right, next up. I got this this Finn figure from Force Awakens. Just wanted it because of the helmet, essentially, and the extra body. The head sculpt, too, that's in there. I believe this helmet is removable. I've been wrong before, you know, so we'll find out. But pop that off again. And these were the weirdest damn cards. Like, they tried to use no glue, and I don't know. Can't seem to win with the card back situation. It's either falling off or there's nothing, you know, attached to it. There's a bug inside of that package. There's an actual, like, some type of beetle kicking around in there. It's deceased. I don't like that, though. It's not a cockroach. Weird. I'll wash my hands after that. Things you find in figures. So let's see. No, the helmet does not come off of him. So that's cool. So at least I've got a spacer body. Or I can pop that head on a different figure. Comes with Rebel Blaster, which we've seen. And then this thing, again, they're just making stuff up at this point. I don't know what the hell this was supposed to be. Again, those could be great handlebars for a motorcycle. Put that in the parts bin. Or a speeder bike, not a motorcycle. I could read the instructions that are explaining what these damn things are, but I don't. Probably never going to build that bath. Build a figure, build a gun, whatever it is. So let's see here. We're starting to wind down to the bigger stuff, but I did get some loose figures, so I guess I'll show those off. Show the loose figures first. All right. I got 4 for $10 from a table. The guy was awesome. I've got this protocol droid, who I had never seen before. He is all black. None of his wires are painted. There's barely any gloss on his eyes. I feel like that's probably from Clone Wars. If you know who he is, sound off below. I do not. Let me get my hand behind him just to make him a little more clear to see. So I got that guy. Of course, we got our cantina, our Jabba's Palace dancer, Rodian dancer. I like Rodians with hair. I will probably trim her hair into just the mohawk instead of that weird mullet, and maybe give her a different outfit or put her on a different body. Not sure yet, but I picked that up for that. You know her. I know her. Need I say more? We got some entertainment for our station, for Gimmick Starport. What a ridiculous creation. And yeah, there it is. So that's my station. And you know, picked up this handsome devil, another 5-point Power of the Force figure. But it's great to have the extra head sculpt and the random body parts in case I want to do 5 points background characters. I'm not a fan of that type of mullet, especially on that figure. It just looks very strange to me. And I guess it's Star Wars, it's space. It's supposed to appear strange, but it's not what I want in my my character in the world. And then these two I got for $20. The gentleman who was selling them was kind enough. They were marked at $15 each. He was kind enough to give them to me for $10 each, which is about what I'd be paying online. But I got both of these sets, so that's 4 figures. I figured $5 a figure. That is not bad at all. and they're big and they're weird and they're aliens, and there's another trooper there. Just another Imperial cog to go at Gimmick. And I'm really excited to get these guys taken apart and painted and customized. I'm going to open these up right now with you if you want to. Yeah, let's get this bad boy open. And I like that the I missed when the older figures had information on the back of them about the characters. So Sidon Athano was I'll read the card to you. We'll do a dramatic reading. So this gentleman here, Sidano Athano, the area of frontier lawlessness that followed the Galactic Civil War led to the rise of the colorful pirate Sidon Athano, the subject of many exaggerated cantina tale. And then we got this boy here. We got First Mate Quiggled, and the First Mate to dashing Sidon Athano. Quiggled handles the pirate's business, often in need of fresh hands aboard his pirate vessel. Quiggled recruits those looking for spaceport cantinas and taverns. So, weird little pair they are, and he's got a peg leg, which is the best. Like, that brings me nothing but joy. And I'll save that cardstock to use, so that's cool. The box has cardstock too, but I can put that in the recycling. And let's see here. What did we get? We got some crazy... Damn. Big-ass blaster that just shot at the dog. Flew right out of there and shot at the dog. Like a big, heavy cannon. Probably mount that sucker on a ship or a speeder bike. That's ridiculous. Sorry, Rosie. I didn't realize it was going to shoot at you. This is why we don't play with space guns in the house. I tell you guys all the time, you can't play lightsabers, no space guns. But yeah, little dude's got a peg leg. He's got 5 points of articulation again, like damn near every figure in this line. He's just goofy and strange looking, and I will probably, for certain, paint him up. And then this dude. Ethano. Comes with a little over-under blaster. He's loose. His arms are loose on there. I'm very surprised about that. He's got a holster holding a blaster that's apparently sculpted in. So that's no good for me. I don't like that. Cool head sculpt. Cape thing. Capelet on his back. Yeah. The armor is there. It's like in this gray glossy plastic. Like they used enamel on it. Very strange, but cool figure for the accessories, and probably do a head swap with him, put him on a better body. And then for this set here, we'll open these bad boys up. I love big old tall giant lanky aliens, so that's going to be great. Morif seeks out combat zones to sell his brawn and firepower to anybody who might need it. The mighty Gagarin mercenary figures out if there's money to be made. As a towering heavy gunner, he's it. And then a Scarif stormtrooper squad leader. He's a specialist stationed at the top of the secret military imperial headquarters on Scarif. Shore troopers patrol the beaches and bunkers of the planetary facility. And we all see how that worked out for them in Rogue One. Didn't work out for them. They all gone. They dead. Okay. So let's bust this. Damn, they gave him all the things. My goodness. So he's got a carry-around minigun, just like something that he could carry. Then they gave him this huge effing pack that is literally just an armory. The pieces to snap onto his pack. Missiles. Another gun for to go on the other side for the missiles. That's loud. I'm sorry. And then here he is, all big, sexy, big giant guy. Look at that. Big, abominable snowman looking punk. I like this dude. I might sculpt some braids, give him some accessories, and kind of make him like a maybe like a wandering musician or something. I think that'd be pretty cool for him. I like that for you, sir. I think that should be your career field from now on. And then we've got a shore trooper here. You can go up on the bed, Stark. It's okay. Got a shore trooper here. He's, nothing super special. 5 points of articulation. Probably put him in a tank. But another trooper. So that is sweet. So yeah, that was today's haul. I am very excited about all of this. I like some of these, like Bjorn said, I'd love some of these to be in the vintage collection as, articulated figures. It is tough for Hasbro, for whatever reason, to provide us with big figures like this with articulation. But, I mean, we got Chrysanthemum, so you can do it. They just got to want to do it, and I don't think they want to do it. Chrysanthemum, they could produce 3 or 4 different versions off that one body mold. I get it. But just spend the money, Hasbro. It's going to be okay. You're going to make it back a million ways from Sunday, I have no idea how this big thing is going to go on him, but I'm not going to fight with it right now. But yeah, there we go. Guess I do know how it goes together. But like, check that damn backpack out. Like, the thing's covered in munitions and musicians. It's covered in munitions. It's got a bedroll on it. Like, little details like that matter, at least to me. I think that type of shit's really cool, really important for figures. I guess Hasbro don't. Hasbro said no thank you, we don't care. So, I mean, that's their business. But I am over the moon with all these figures. Again, I'll Secret Tunnel when you mentioned the big guy being a traveling musician. Yeah, I could be a guidance counselor for Star Wars figures. That'd be great. But yeah, I think I'll go over these again because we just got some people joining us. Got these figures here in their respective packs. I got a Amrak colored space trooper, shore trooper. Shout out to Wenzilla. Loves those shore trooper colors. This gentleman right here. We got these boys, these helmeted 5 POA boys. Little freak over there. Then we got one of our skiff aliens. Our entertainment for the day. Nice droid. I have no idea. I've never seen him before. We got a couple of Rhodians that are going to be customs. You know me, I love my aliens. We got a Nemoidian guard, Separatist guard, and we got Ki-Adi-Mundi with his episode 1 crazy ass lightsaber, and I got a $2 Gamora. So was a very good haul, I'd say. I spent just under $60 on that stuff, and there was a good number of people there. Everybody seemed friendly, happy to be there. There was the 501st. They were there. They had an R2 unit. A couple of other things on their display. I saw some friends. One of my friends was trooping. Jay was there trooping with their Imperial officer outfit. First Order officer outfit, and that was really cool to see. Ran into 8-Armed Spidey, who coincidentally happened to be holding Spider-Man's mask and wearing Spider-Man's web shooters, which was weird. I didn't know that 8-Armed Spidey and Spider-Man were one and the same. Ran into Marta, a friend of ours that does cosplay, and I'll link their socials down below. Dorian Sano, local author, friend of mine, just had a very successful book launch I'll have to link Dorian down below. His grandfather was Jolton Joe Snow, so you guys would know that. Comic book geeks would know who he is. But it was a. I have not been to a ComicCon since the pandemic had started, so that was certainly an experience of a lot of people in one place, very busy. But it was something to be back, and certainly something to see for me. Like I was telling Dom from Toy Domination, you should go check them out. It seemed like there were quite a few more G.I. Joe and O-Ring toys than there usually is. I don't know if maybe that's just because it's taking off. Hey, Red Kanata, how's it going, man? Was just showing off a whole slew of figures that I picked up today at a Comic-Con. But as I was saying to Dom this morning, I don't know if it's due to nostalgia or whatever, but there just seem to be so many O-Ring G.I. Joes and stuff for sale there. A lot of G.I. Joe boxed sets, ones from the movies, individual figs and accessories packaged up, and people were buying them. It wasn't like they were sitting there. Like, people were actively hunting Joes. So it was a very interesting collection at the con. I did have to dig through some crates to get some of these figures, but always appreciate when people have like totes of figures that are just, $3 or $5. Pick however many you want, or 4 for 10. Excuse me, whatever it was. That always makes the adventure for me and makes life more fun. It is rainy and gray and chilly here, so this was a good way to spend it. Although the walk back to the car, I got my feet wet. Didn't like that. I used to wear boots all the time, so I forget that puddles are a menace. So when I wear sneakers, I usually foot right into them. My own fault. So if you didn't join us for last night's stream, after all my jack-jawing and talking, we worked on this Nerf gun, dollar store Nerf gun, into a speeder, and this is where we left off, because I wanted the glue to dry up some, and that's one of the customs I'll probably be plugging away on today. I'm probably going to repaint at least one of these figures that I got. Yeah, it was a good adventure in collecting today. I like what I got. Very happy with all of the things that I picked up, the prices too. Like I said, some of the vendors were more than happy to work with you on the price, and it's less things to take home at the end of the day, I'm sure. Yeah, and it is part of that, like the hunt for the treasure. Like, okay, let's see what I can get, let's see what I can find. And I super was prepared to spend $0. Like, I took some money out of the ATM. I gave myself a limit. I came in under that limit, but I also could have spent $0 there, except for the admission. And Ben, I would have survived, but I did some poking around, did some shopping, got some stuff, got some deals on things that I wanted, and yeah. All right. Hello, Mr. Stark. Hello. Anybody going to any like local shows, toy shows today, or going to their favorite toy stores, anything like that? Working on anything? Like, what are you guys doing today? I feel like this chat's all about me. I feel like this whole show is just me. Tell me about you. Tell you what amazes me is how some of the rubber stays on these figures, holds up and doesn't crumble, and then on other ones it's just like it disintegrates. It's the strangest thing to me, but I just work here. Yeah, I saw those pictures of that acid rain haul you got. I mean, I think you actually got the factory to just back up a truck to your house. That was quite the delivery you've got there. I have done casting in the past. I don't do casting anymore just based on the use of space that I have now because my workshop is down due to some flood damages downstairs. I don't do any casting or molding right now. I'm just lining up the figures on the computer and I realize you can't see them. But yeah, setting them up on the in front of the mouse pad. This is great for figures that stand at attention. I wish that they had just included ball joints on the elbows. They didn't even need to include wrist articulation. They could have just had a ball joint, so you could at the very least have posed him holding his rifle the correct way. I know it's the nostalgia of the 5 points of articulation for the figures, but man, old Famine here loves his figures to be able to hold their shit instead of, you know. What is that? You know, what are you going to do with that? I'm going to hold my blaster rifle like this and hurt my arm. Yeah. Like, I get it. I know the nostalgia's there, but man, they could have just thrown some elbows on that bitch. They have the arms. Like, they have the molds. They own them. They probably had to make separate molds to make these 5 points of articulation. I don't get it. But all right. Yeah, I am overwhelmingly happy with the things that I got here. Yeah, they're good for backdrops. That's it. Maybe a custom here or there to like test out paint. You know, let's see how this cast with different poses. You don't want to lose the original. What I would recommend is to cast your original parts and then clean those up and use those to make castings, or use your molds to make castings if the mold comes out clean, and just return the figure to its normal state. I believe Craftsman did a video, on casting a vintage 5 point of articulation figure. You can check out his videos. I highly recommend Craftsman. We are steady crafting in this house. We've got Craftsman safety warning stickers on my cutting mats. But yeah, check that video out because there's opportunity there. And, you know, you do your different poses and then you cast those. Then you're able to make multiples of those as well. For anybody who was curious about what I was rambling about on, Red said, "You see one of the babies?" Yes. Let's see. Who's over here? That's Mama Rosie's little paw flopping on the screen. And there's all three of the babies. That's Mr. Stark. That's Cowman. And that's Mama Rosie. You guys are good babies, huh? You good babies, huh? Mama Rosie. Hello. Mr. Cowman. Mr. Stark. They're good kids. Well behaved. When they want to be. Cowman. Not a problem. Yeah, an experiment. Don't be afraid to try new things, try different things. Have fun with it. Let me know how it goes. Let us all know how it goes, because I am genuinely curious. I used to cast head sculpts and helmets. I used to do Stormtrooper helmets for 1/18 scale. A lot of those because everybody wanted a stormtrooper that looked like them with the helmet that they could take off. So I learned to cast stormtrooper helmets and then Dremel them out to fit over the person, and that was a whole thing. So I had stacks of helmets. I wish I still had them because I could paint them up and put them on spikes and shit. Oh, love cats, Bjorn. Love cats. Mama Snow and Snowflake were snuggling together on the top of the couch when I walked in, and then Mama Snow immediately started demanding treats. I explained to Mama Snow we don't negotiate with terrorists, so she's in protest sitting in front of the treat cabinet yelling. I'm afraid she might unionize the cats, and then we'll have to have a meeting to meet their demands. I mean, it's fine. I want to treat these cats with respect, but Mama Snow wants treats instead of meals, and you can't do that, Mama Snow. You got to eat healthy food. Dude, werewolves are awesome. There's some figures, not acid rain, Joy Toy werewolf figures that are out now, and there's also, well, not werewolf, but they're giant wolfmen. And then I have a wolfman that I made somewhere. I sculpted it on I think it was a Wolfmon figure, but I made it more universal Wolfman instead of, uh, you know, Van Helsing style werewolf. So there is a video on the channel of that. I don't know what to start on, so I think what I'm going to do, treats from hashtag treat. I don't even want to see this on the internet. That's blocked and reported. No, I'm kidding. But I am going to clean up my workstation and do some organizing for the day. I don't know if I'll go live later. I may just plug away at some customs and hop on Instagram from time to time. But thank you guys for coming and watching. I'm going to leave this video up. I will probably put together a little what I got to go with my vlog. I did film some vlogging today from the convention, so there's footage of that. Anyway, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope everybody has a great Sunday. Stay dry if it's raining. Wear your sunscreen if it's too sunny. If it's anything in between, I don't have any weather advice. Hope you guys have a great day. Be well, and too sweet me, guys.